Hey, well, everybody, welcome back to Simply Best Crafts. I'm Tiffany, and I'm so happy that you're here, and I hope you stick around. Please give me a like button, or click the like button down there, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm not going to waste any time. I got some really cute Christmas ornaments for your tree. So, DIY number 1. This one did get a little big, but I really do like how it turned out, except for what I did at the end. But some of these cute little wooden bells that I got from Dollar Tree. And I'm just painting it. It's like metallic silver, and I really love how it looks on the wood. It makes the wood look very rustic, and I wanted the wood to peek through. I didn't want to give this a really solid coat. This stuff is just acrylic paint anyway, so it wouldn't really do that unless you put like 20 coats on it. But I did 2 of these, 2 of the bells. And if you haven't guessed, guys, we're making silver bells. So yeah, here I'm just getting the other one. I'm peeling off the sticker right now, but I don't show you that I painted. It's basically painted the same way. I guess I show you painting in a little bit, but anyway, so I do just glue these 2 together. And then I grabbed a piece of that rope, and that's going to be our hanger. Like I said, this one did get a little big, but I do have a big tree. So I didn't think it was going to hurt my tree too much. But I kind of just folded the rope around a little bit so it looks like there's a hanger there, and I kind of glued that. And you'll see it when I flip it over. So I glued it to where it's got a little loop there. And I do glue the loop kind of a little bit so it won't come apart. And then I grabbed some of this greenery. You guys seen me use this greenery I don't know how many dang times. I really like this stuff. It's really sparkly. It just screams Christmas to me. But I just grab a couple of the picks and I'm just gluing them down. I am getting a little bit on that rope because I don't want the top of the rope to really show. I want it to actually look like they're connected to the bells and everything like that. And then I grabbed one of these little bows. They're bows that are already been made. I got them from Walmart. They're like $2.68 or something for a pack of like 12 of them, or 8. Maybe it's 8. I don't remember. 6 bows. Excuse me. But I just glued that down, and then I tried with this marker, but it just wasn't showing through. But I do go in with my Posca paint pen, and I decided I was going to write silver bells. Well, I honestly really wish I wouldn't have done that. The bells turned out really nice, but then I was just like, well, why didn't I do cursive on the silver? So then I kind of went in and kind of redid it and everything, but it kind of got a little darker and messed up. I don't know. I guess I would rather just not write it on there, but it still turned out cute. It's fine, but I guess me personally, I wish I went to wrote it on there. But DIY number 2. So these I've had in my stash for a long time. I got these from a thrift store. They had a piece of ribbon fabric that was tied around them, and it kind of just looked like little mittens that you can hang on your tree. Well, I didn't like the painting in them. They were really old. You could tell they were old. I'm pretty sure that the cuff was originally white. I washed them up the best I could, but they were just filthy looking. So I painted them. I tried painting them with this red first. It's the Liqueur Red by Waverly. But you could tell that it was just too dark for me to do anything with. So I painted them white. This is actually Ivory from Waverly. And I just put one good coat over them. And then I go over again with the Liqueur Red. And then I just grab my same paintbrush that I used to paint these, and I'm just making some rustic lines. I mean, I don't care if it looks hand painted, and I don't care that it's very not straight and everything. I'm going for a very farmhouse look with these. But I just make the lines of the white, and then I go in with some green, and I'm just basically doing the same thing. I'm just going along the one edge of them with these green, just to kind of make it look like homemade plaid, basically. And there you go. Once they're all dry, I grab some jute twine and just tie them together and make a little bow up on top to where it looks like they're tied, so you can like hang them on the hook so kids don't forget their gloves or something. And I thought these turned out cute. I thought about gluing them together, but I didn't. I kind of like that they are loose. There you go. DIY number 3. And this one's my absolute favorite, guys. I mean, I can't deny it. You guys have seen some of my, well, most of you have. I got a couple of new subscribers, but if you guys haven't noticed already, I am absolutely in love with cardinals. I lost my aunt, Rita, several years ago from around Christmas time from a heart aneurysm. So, I mean, and she was like I was really close to her. She was like my best friend. So, anyway, ever since then, I've been in love with these cardinals, and I just feel it feels good to have something that I can think of her when I see. So this is kind of why I've been doing these. But anyway, I showed you the ribbon. I'm getting off track here, guys. I showed you the ribbon that I got, and I just basically had one piece of leftover ribbon from when I cut from my previous video. So I just had a little piece of cute cardinal sitting there. So I'm just like, you know what? I can cut these apart and everything and Mod Podge them down and make it look like a cute little ornament. So that's basically what I did there. You saw me cut it and you saw me Mod Podge it on. Right now I'm just going over with some white, the ivory paint, just to kind of outline them a little bit to where they stand out. And I kind of wanted to try to hide the ribbon outline of it. Then I grab just a piece of wood. It's actually a tumble block, but I just basically did that so I can screw a hole through my wood round there so I can hang it as an ornament for my tree. Very simple. And then I attach the hanger, and then I glue the knot down in the back. And that's all there is for I guess I go over it. I go over the paint and everything with another coat of Mod Podge, because I didn't want the paint to chip up or anything like that. I want it to be nice and solid. So but that's it, guys. DIY number 4. Now this one, I got one of these little, it's actually a magic erase board or whatever they are from Dollar Tree. I really liked these napkins. These napkins I actually got for free from my mother-in-law from last year's Christmas when we were over there having our Christmas get-together. she just had a bunch of these napkins, and she just threw them in the bag with us when we went to leave with our gifts and everything. So she threw these in there with some food. And I kept them because I thought they looked very rustic and kind of like the watercolor look, and it kind of looked more vintage to me, and I really thought these were pretty, and I thought it would look really cute on my tree. Granted, again, this one is going to be a little bit big, but it does have a stand to where you can set it up next to something in your decor or whatever. So that's why I did this. Now, I'm just basically lightly going over with Mod Podge. Very, very light coat, guys. Not very, very thick at all. And I do have a brayer. It's actually just kind of like I don't know, I call it a squeegee, but it is basically the same concept. And you just go over there, and this stuff's, because the board in the back is really silky, it was very easy for me to kind of lift it up very gently and put it back down. It wasn't grabbing hold of it like paint or wood will do. So it was nice for that, but just be very careful when you do that, guys, because it will rip. These are very thin. Here I'm just kind of going over the edges with my sanding block, and in between the feet I did a nail file. And that's how it turned out, and I do not show you, but I also paint. Oh, I do go and distress the edges and along the back of it. I just looked too white to me, so I wanted it a little more rustic and everything. But I am telling you now, guys, I do also go over, I paint the wood legs and in the back, all the wood in that. But I'm feathering on with my feather brush just some burnt umber. That's all I'm using is burnt umber by Apple Barrel. So, and there you have it. DIY number 5. This one is probably another one that is pretty close to my top. I really like how this one turned out too. But I just grabbed one of the Dollar Tree stars. You can get these in the Crafters Square area. You can usually pick these up all year long. But this is an old gift bag that I got. I honestly think this is from our wedding, or pretty close to our wedding. I'm not sure, but it just, when I saw it, it kind of reminded me of like those tins that people have been doing a lot of projects with and stuff. I mean, it's not, of course, it's just a gift bag, but that's just what it reminded me of. So I thought it'd be really cute as an ornament. It's actually kind of a flowery type look, but it works. I decorated up, but I just Mod Podged that on there, cut out just a piece of it and just Mod Podged it on there. And then I grabbed my X-Acto knife and I'm just turning it around and just cutting around the edges, basically. And this turned out really slick. I didn't use my sanding block because it was as a thicker bag and it just wasn't, it didn't seem like it was going to work. So I did this instead, which turns out completely fine. The edges of the stars are a little more rounded and the paper is a little more pointy, so I'm just kind of scraping around there, trying to get the edges to round a little bit. And then I think I cut it out, but I also go over the edges with that burnt umber color. I might show you just a tad, but I go over the edges and I do the back. And then I grab the brush and I just lightly brush over it and I kind of rub it in with my fingers a little bit. And I love how that turned out. It kind of makes it look like wood, like a shiplap wood. So it turned out really cute. And then I tied the hanger back on. I basically do the same thing with that. I glue the notch down to the back so you can't see the knot. And then I grab a piece of this red and gold ribbon, and I'm just making a little shoelace bow. It's very easy. Just make the awareness sign, cancer awareness sign, and scrunch it in the middle, and then tie some jute twine around it, and there you have it. And I just glued that up to the top. I honestly wish I would have left these strings a little bit longer. I actually really like how it looks once I'm looking at it here. I'm not saying I don't like the way it turned out, but I honestly think that was a lot cuter with the longer strings. But here I'm just peeling off a couple of these little twigs from this pick that I had, and I'm just gluing them to the back. And then I just wanted a couple of the berries, so I just glued those down the front. And there you have it. DIY number 6. This one again, another wood thing that you can get from the Dollar Tree Crafter Square. I am going over this with Cashew by Waverly, which is you can't even tell that I did that, but there is a method to my madness. So I go over this again with the burnt umber to kind of give it more of a wood look. I didn't want it to be stark white, and I wanted it to give it a little bit color, but I didn't want to overdo it either, so I kind of did this way. I do the edges too. I don't show that on camera, but I do the edges. And here I grab one of the little Christmas tree ornament things that come in a pack from Dollar Tree as well. And I am just basically scoring around the top of it to get that little star off of it. And then I sand it down a little bit. I go in with some fern from Waverly, and I paint my little Christmas tree. I honestly think this is like the perfect green color for Christmas, but I used what was left over on my brush from the previous project with the burnt umber for the stem, or for the trunk. I do two coats on this. And then I go over with my fan brush with some of the cashew. And I just basically am trying to give it the texture of branches. And it also helps with a little bit of like the snowy look. And then I glue that down to my little plaque. Here I'm going to put the hanger back on. And then I grab another one of these little bows that I get in the pack. And I glue that down to the top. This is another one that I wish I went to cut the tails off. I think it would have been a lot nicer with the tails long. But again, it turns out fine. And then we're almost done with this one. All I do is I'm searching for the perfect red button to go down in the middle of the bow. I just thought it needed a little bit more color. And that is it. Now to the final reveal, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. I wish there was words to describe how appreciated I am of you guys, because appreciate and love just did not sum it up. But I enjoy every single one of you, and I hope you guys stick around and see what else I have in store for you this season. I don't know. I'm lost for words, guys. I just appreciate everybody. I mean, this is something that I never thought I'd be able to do, and I'm so glad I'm doing it. This has been my dream for a long time, and I appreciate every single one of you. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up down there and subscribe if you haven't already. Share it with your friends, guys. Please comment. I love seeing all your guys' comments. It's wonderful to see the reaction that I get from you guys. It's truly a blessing. I appreciate every single one of you, and God bless. Bye.